Assembly, right now they're just out hustling to the basketball.
They're out hustling them, and they're going to have to, because the last couple of trips on the floor, I didn't think the shot selection was the wisest. I understand trying to stay up-tempo and whatnot, being the smaller team, but at the same time, you have to have smart shot selection. An up-tempo style doesn't mean, quick shots all the time.
4 minutes left to go in the first half. The ball blocked by Johnson. And there's an opportunity for Johnson to show.
That was a kind term of a block on that one.
You guys are going to have to stop coming up against me and thinking you're going to get away with it. Robinson, this time from the left side.
He's feeling it.
Sophomore nails the three and ties the game.
2 threes for him already on this one. He definitely has the hot hand.
Bonds driving, ball in and out. Johnson with the rebound. Michael Woods with the basketball, an all-conference player. Gracie pump fakes, picks up the contact, and it looks like when he acted a three-point shot, the officials are indicating. So the crowd not so happy with that interpretation, but the officials get the only word.
Yeah, you see it right here, but he's in the air, and it's going to get called that way. He was smart enough to leave the floor. And a lot of times players will actually stay on the floor, and then once the contact is made, try to go up, which obviously isn't in the act of shooting. But he was smart enough to get off the floor before the contact was really made.
And Gracie may have missed a three-pointer, but he makes the first of 3 free throw attempts. And something tells me, Tommy, that he doesn't miss those free throws very often.
He looks really comfortable there on that free throw line.
Head coach Andy Ray looking on. Asheville Christian in the town of Swannanoa, just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. As we mentioned, beating the #1 seed last night, Victory Christian. 3:23 to go in the first half. Gracie makes a three-point play the very hard way, 3 free throws.
And I tell you, they changed the tempo a little bit right here too, Paul, after that made free throw. Design, they extended out there a little bit more full court. They trap it in the corners. You're bringing those big guys at you. It's tough for the smaller guards to be able to see some open air.
And I kind of mentioned that earlier. They're going down to that baseline, and if they can get a trapper, they can get a block, get a finger on or a hand on the ball, they're going to be able to come away with something. Gracie, wow, he really escapes trouble. Yeah. Johnson swings it all the way across. And back to Johnson, the ball's loose.
Johnson right there, senior, you got to have those hands ready. Anytime one of those guards penetrates, you have to expect it. It's easier to play the game when you expect the ball and don't get it than it is to not expect it and have it thrown at you with that kind of velocity on it.
And for perhaps the first time in the game, First Assembly working from behind, down 3, just under 2:40 to go in the first half. Nice turnaround jumper over Johnson. Jacob Allen.
Beautiful little jump hook. Yeah, beautiful little jump hook right there for his first basket. Not afraid again. They had a big shot block all up, but not afraid to keep going at him.
And Johnson tries to get revenge. That one goes in and out. Allen with the rebound. Ivester with it. Now Kyle Grisby. Grisby works against Will Robinson. Johnson way outside on Allen. Now he steps back. Grisby lets fly the three-pointer.
Knocks it down. That's the second three-pointer of the day, I believe, Paul. Again, identifying shooters, and after the made basket, they're right back into this 2-2-1 zone press. Got to take away the middle, though.
And right into the 2-point lead. Robinson under, well, it was a triple team for a second there.
Well, that happens a lot of times. Coming out of a press, whenever you're scrambling around, sometimes you end up with 3 on them for a second.
Ivester with the basketball.
Vester right there wanted to foul down there on that far end. Felt like he got hit in the face right there. It should have been a foul.
And Grisby gets it into Allen, and Allen makes the most of it. What a play there. The junior, Jacob Allen.
See, right here, you see the good. Again, penetration. Hedge on the defensive side, don't recover in time, but a great job right there by Allen to, once he kind of sets that screen, to turn and roll to that basket, open up with those hands ready.
Jacob Allen with 5 points in the early going. 1:23 to play in the first half. Blake Hedrick will go to the bench for Asheville Christian. It's Michael Woods, Josh Gracie, Vontae Penland, Will Robinson, and Sam Johnson on the court for head coach Andy Ray's Asheville Christian Lions. The jumper from the corner, no good. In and out. There's Grisby. They can push it down the court. Now that is transition basketball, Tommy.
Speed at its finest right there in that transition style that they want to play at First Assembly Christian. Get that thing up the court as quick as you can.
And I think that was a great decision right there by Michael Woods to just go to the basket. If they try to set up some kind of an alley-oop or some kind of a move for Johnson, you know, it could only create problems.
You just take it to the rim until you're stopped. And if you're not stopped, you take the benefit of the 2 points yourself.
Timeout on the court called by head coach Dave Murr. First Assembly taking a timeout. With the 5-point lead at the moment.
You know, a little bit of
look at head coach Dave Murr.
Doing a great job of instructing this team right there. And again, trying to regroup because, Paul, as you said earlier, you know, the game has kind of gone back and forth a couple times with a couple lead changes right here. But now you're looking right here, 38.2 seconds to go, setting up that last play. You have to understand right here is you're up in this thing. You're up by 5 points. Make sure to play smart here in these last few seconds in order to make sure you maintain that lead and hopefully stretch it out. I'll look for them to try to handle the pressure, but also to try to work this clock down to probably about 8 seconds or so before they look to penetrate. And that way they take away any opportunity for Asheville Christian, if possible, to have a shot at the last-second basket.
Kyle Grisby controls it for First Assembly, and the Eagles will no doubt set up for the last shot of the half. As we mentioned, they had to beat the #2 seed, beating Westchester Country Day by a score of 69-60, and it looks like they won't have to hold for the last shot at all. Tom, every time I make a call like that, I turn out to be wrong. Quickly down the court comes Asheville Christian.
Asheville Christian right here, if they can find the right person, can knock down to 3 and cut this thing down to 2 right here at the last second.
And Robinson is their shooter. In and out. Johnson with the rebound. It's enough time if he turns, and he'll be fouled. 3.1 seconds to go here in the first half. Johnson on the line.
And that's something that'll be talked about there at the halftime, is just recollecting, you know, your thoughts and situations right there. You got to remember to block out of there. I know you're a little bit undersized right there, but you got to put a body on somebody, get them out, clear them out, and take away those second chance opportunities.
And Tommy, as you know, you can shut down a big man like that all day long, but if he gets loose, you know, at any time, it can be disaster for you. You know, you've got to control him the entire game, and there's Johnson getting a chance to operate.
Well, and what ends up happening right there, Paul, you're right. You control him for as long as you can, but if you let him get a little bit of a fresher breath there, so to speak, he ends up getting a lot of confidence, and that becomes dangerous.
1 second to go. Will this be good? Off the back of the rim, but I think it would have counted. Well, no harm done on that shot, but First Assembly will go into the locker room for a quick intermission, leading in the game by a score of 32-29. This is Paul Daugherty and Tommy Love. We hope you're enjoying this presentation of the North Carolina Independent Schools Athletic Association State Championships right here on Carolina On Demand, channel 1234. You can watch them all, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with the third quarter.
With Carolina On Demand from Time Warner Cable, you have the freedom to watch television around your schedule. Local Carolina sports, people, places, and Carolina events that you choose. Only on digital channel 1234. Carolina On Demand, available when you want, but only on Time Warner Cable. Because you can't get Carolina On Demand on DirecTV. You can't get it on Dish. And you'll never get it from the phone company. Digital channel 1234. Carolina On Demand, only on Time Warner Cable.
Hey, Travis.
Get some friends, loser.
Bro, you all right, man?
Lean on me.